A detached, minimalistic life. It's what I've come up with as a partial solution to the pain of this world. So, I don't like to be doom and gloom. I don't like to be overly optimistic. I like to be like a realist with a level of hope, because it's better to have hope than no hope. So you try to push forward as best you can, like kind of mentally trick yourself. But also being a realist, I know that life is what it is. There's a lot of pain, and so I try to focus on what I can control, right? So part of what I can control is how much I own and how much I have to take care of, okay? And as I became older in life, I realized the more I owned, the more I was responsible to take care of. And that itself induces pain. Now, depending on your personality, you may be codependent on having stuff to a certain level, whether it's pets or property or whatever. But you have to be careful not to overcommit. Okay, overcommit your time, overcommit your financial resources, and overcommit emotionally. As a minimalist, you're still going to experience pain, but your capacity to focus on fixing what's broken is greater when you don't have many things pulling at you. It's like when you got a lot of things pulling at your time and your attention, you can only focus on one thing at a time. On a Monday morning when you're getting ready to go to work, and you got to straighten up the house, you got to get the kids ready. That's very demanding. I think about when I was a child, I think about, it's amazing, how my mother was able to raise 3 kids. And I think about probably the hardest time was probably early in the morning getting us, her children, ready for school, because we all wanted to sleep late. None of us wanted to go. And then herself getting ready to go to work after she got us to school, preparing our lunch. And then in her mind, I'm sure I got to pick the kids up after school. It's a lot. You get through different seasons of your life because I guess, you have a certain tenacity at that season. But look, do what you want in life. Own a house, have children. Look, your life is your life. But I want to encourage those who are single and living simple. Whether you're an empty nester, a middle-ager, or someone in your 20s, that to navigate around the pain in life, the simpler you can keep your life, the better. It may not be glorious to some people. Some people may scoff at your life. But what I've learned over time is much of the scoffing is jealousy. Because deep in people's heart, I think people yearn for a simpler life. Not your life, because everyone has their own idea what their best life is, but don't be scared to downsize or to simplify. Don't be scared to have other people scoff at you. Because ultimately, what I've learned in life is that you have to deal with your responsibilities. You have to deal with your kids. You have to deal with your mortgage. You have to deal with whatever you entangle yourself with. Not your parents, not society, not your neighbors, not your workers. So don't be scared to make executive decisions for you, because you got to suffer the consequences. Your parents want grandchildren. Well, guess what? You got to take care of those grandkids. Okay. Your society thinks, well, you need a 1,500 square foot house. Well, guess what? You got to pay for the heating and the cooling in that house. You got to change the air compressor. You got to take care of the water heater. Society says owning property is the American dream. Well, guess what, guys? You're attached to that mortgage. You're attached to those property taxes. Nothing wrong with any of those things, but only do them when you're ready on your terms. Look, some of the game of life we have to play. You got to take care of your business, go to work. You got to take care of yourself. But let what you do have a reward to you, not just, evaluate the risk reward. Evaluate what place something or someone has in your life, and if they're a greater burden or a greater blessing. And what I can tell you is, Start to intentionally choose only things that are a blessing in your life to a certain extent, not burdens. Whether it's people, things, or whatever. Because there's enough of life that you can't control. You can't control the fact that you're going to need an income, so you got to work somewhere. But the simpler you live, the more options you have on different job choices. If your bills are minimal, you don't need necessarily a big corporate job. Okay. And you could still have one, but there's a difference between going to work because you want to and you have to. If you get a flat tire and you have a house to take care of and you have kids to pick up, that's a lot more pressure. And you have pets to come home to, that's a lot more pressure. So, don't put unnecessary pressure on your life. Simplify, minimalism. Less stuff you own, the less burdens. The more time to heal from a life that can be painful. There's blessings in life, okay? But I want to focus on, the greater vision, the greater blessings, rather than taking care of a water heater. Rather than, cleaning a garage. For me, everyone's different. For me, let them scoff at a guy in his hoodie, his only shirt that he pretty much owns, and living in his car. Let them scoff. But let me be thankful and grateful and happy that I don't have much to take care of, because I've lived a conforming life. And there was a season for that, and I'm thankful. But I feel good at this point in my life living a simple, minimalistic life, non-attached. I don't want to meet someone on the road and get married. I don't want to ever buy a big house. I don't want to be attached to this world. Okay, I want to be a positive person in this world. I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to cause problems. I like to be productive, but you know what I mean? And so that's my morning message to you. Okay, now you have to go out there, evaluate your life, assess your life, inventory your life, and start to make decisions to remove the unnecessary, to focus your life and your energy and your time and your resources on your dream, not just the crushing reality. Okay, be a realist, but be also someone who has hope for a greater, a greater life that you can live, making your life better day by day, step by step, because it is possible. And hopefully you get lucky a little bit along the way, along with your work, and you get grace, and that's all we can ask for. All right, hopefully my videos help you in some way. Peace.